Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of my Jets Connected franchise on the Xbox One here on Klein 92 TV. Heading into week 11 of the NFL regular season, we are playing the number 1 team in the entire AFC, and that is surprisingly the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 7-2-1 and they are the number 1 team in the AFC. We're 7-3, so this game is our big chance to take the leading spot in the division. Right now we are in the playoffs, but we do have a wild card spot and we do want to get one of those top spots in the playoffs. So we have Jacoby Ford back to bring back the leading kick in this game. We are playing in Buffalo in the rain, so we are going to need to rely on our running game. This game we do have Chris Ivory starting, so the Jets offense in this game is going to be completely centered around Chris Ivory. He's going to be the main guy that we're going to try to give the ball to. The Jets up until this point in the season have had an up and down season. It seems like we're either blowing out the teams that we're playing against or we're getting defeated by double digits every single game. We haven't had a really close game in this series where it comes down to the last couple plays, and I think the reason for that is the difficulty in this game. I have been playing Madden for about a month now. I do not have that many complaints with the game, but the one main complaint that I do have with it is the difficulty. When I play on all Madden, I'll find myself being blown out by 30 or 40 points and I won't even get a touchdown in that game. But at the same time, when I play on all pro, I'll blow out the CPU by 30 or 40 points. Now this is not necessarily the developer's fault. I'm just not good enough to play on all Madden yet. So after this game, I went into the sliders menu and I adjusted the sliders. So the next game in this series will hopefully be a little bit more competitive. I made sure that the sliders were not as good as all Madden, but they were definitely better than the ones on all pro. So as we're heading into the gameplay of this video, I want to talk a little bit about gaming news going on right now. In case you guys don't know this, NBA 2K15 was just released about a week ago, and I apologize for not having a video out in around 2 to 3 weeks. I've been extremely busy with school stuff, so obviously I have not been able to talk about the recent NBA 2K news. Anyways, I haven't picked up the game yet. I'm planning on getting it pretty soon, but even when I get it, a series will not start up for that game up until around March. That is because I like to complete this series first before I move on to another game. Since the release of NBA 2K15, YouTube has just blown up with NBA 2K15 videos. I think it looks like a really good game. I like the new storyline that they added in this one for my career mode, and I also really like the additions that they put into my team. And it's weird because normally every year I look forward to the new NBA game primarily because of the my career mode. This is the first year in a really long time where I'm looking forward to the game mainly because of the my team mode. But enough about NBA news. I want to talk about football now. If you guys remember, in the last episode of this series, I asked you guys which 2 teams you could see making the Super Bowl, assuming that the Seahawks and the Broncos were not able to make it. Here are just a couple of my favorite responses. Hayden Smith said the Bengals from the AFC and the Lions from the NFC. Now the Bengals I think are a good team. I think they are capable of making a playoff run, but making it to the Super Bowl I think is a bit of a stretch. Andy Dalton, AJ Green, and a lot of those Bengals players that are primary players are still young. I do not think they are good enough to make it to the Super Bowl now, but as long as the team progresses, they should be able to make a Super Bowl in a couple years. Now Hayden Smith also said that the Lions could make the Super Bowl. I could just not see that at all. I think the Lions are going to struggle just winning their division. They are probably in one of the best NFC divisions, right behind the NFC West. They have to compete with the Bears and the Packers. I think that is going to be very tough for them to come out of that division, let alone make it to a Super Bowl. Another response I got was from someone named That Gamer Named Sam. He said that the NFC was the Panthers and the AFC was the Patriots, and I think those are 2 very strong predictions. The Panthers are pretty good. Last year they started off the season around 0-4 and they were somehow able to lock up the number 2 seed in the entire NFC. They're not in a very strong division, so getting a high seed in the playoffs will not be very difficult for them. Honestly, I feel like in a situation where the Seahawks are not in the NFL, the Panthers could make the Super Bowl as long as Cam Newton does not choke. He is the center of that team. As long as he is producing at a high level, that team is able to win. Now the second part of his prediction were the Patriots. I feel like the Patriots are a really strong team. They are extremely consistent and they seem to be good year in and year out. So I would not be surprised if they were to make it to the Super Bowl in this situation. Now in this episode I have a question for you guys that you can answer in the comments section below. If it's a good answer, I may even include it in the next episode of this series. The the question I have for you guys is, what players will be moving around teams a lot over the next couple years? Now, when I say this, there are some players in the league that have a very good start to their career, but they never get back on track. They seem to be moving from team to team for the last couple years of their career. I want to know who you guys think that next player is. In my opinion, I think that is going to be Hakeem Nicks. Nicks had a really solid career with the New York Giants. He won a Super Bowl and he accomplished what I think he was looking to accomplish. Now he is on the Indianapolis Colts and he is still a key player, but now he is playing as the number 3 receiver on that team and he's being paid a lot of money. I do not see a reason why the Colts are going to keep him around next offseason. I think he's going to get dropped, he's going to get moved around, and then his career will end. So you guys can tell me in the comment section below who you think that next player is, and that may even be featured in the next episode of this series. Heading into the gameplay of this video, you guys can already tell that we are struggling up against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are just presenting their dominance of the league in this game. The score is 0-20. Michael Vick just threw an interception on a bomb downfield, and our offense just cannot seem to get anything going. So at the 24-yard line, CJ Spiller is running up the gut all the way to the 19-yard line. On 2nd and 5, they're going to do a draw play to CJ Spiller, who runs up the gut again and picks up another first down. Our defense definitely struggled with stopping the running game. It seems like every single play their running attack was picking up 5 or 6 yards, and that really ended up adding up in the end. Here on the 2-yard line, CJ Spiller is running up the gut into the end zone, and this game is turning into a blowout. The score is 27-0, and the Jets are just not playing like themselves in this game. We headed into this game with a record of 7-3. We were the second best team in the NFL, and we're just not playing like that. So at the start of the 4th quarter, CJ Spiller is doing a spin move. He's out into the open field, and he gets all the way to the 38-yard line, a 21-yard pickup. So now at the 38, CJ Spiller is out. They're giving it to Fred Jackson, who stiff arms the defender. The right side of the field is wide open. He's going to get a touchdown there, and just an atrocious performance by the Jets. A flip has been switched on this Jets team. We went into this game after defeating the Chiefs. We were playing good there. Our defense was good, and now we're down 34-0. On 1st and 10, Chris Ivory is getting a screen pass, and he picks up a first down, gets all the way to the 42, but look at this. There is an injury timeout, and Michael Vick is down with an injury. We are going to have to take him out, and Geno Smith will have another chance to win back the starting spot. He was originally going to be the starter of this team, but after a couple games, Michael Vick took over that position. Here is his big chance, and on his first play, he passes it to Eric Decker for a 58-yard touchdown. It took us all the way to the 4th quarter to finally put some points up on the board. The score is now 34-7, and in this 4th quarter, EJ Manuel started abusing the read option. I could never tell when he was actually handing off the ball and when he was taking it, but look right here, CJ Spiller fumbles the ball, the Jets defense picks it up, and we're going to have a chance to put even more points on the board. We could make this only a 3-possession game, so Geno needs to mount a drive right now. He passes it to Charles Clay, who gets us into field goal range at the 33-yard line. We cannot afford a field goal right now. We need a touchdown in this situation, and Geno Smith is finding Eric Decker on the left side, who gets into the end zone. That is 2 touchdowns for Eric Decker in the last 2 drives, and the score is now 14-34. Maybe this is a comeback in the making. Fred Jackson is running out to the left side. He gets past the 40-yard line, past the 50, and he gets all the way to the 32 before being hit down. There is just another example of our poor run defense. So now EJ Manuel is doing the read option. The right side of the field is wide open, and he gets to the 13-yard line. Now the Bills are in the pistol. We cannot afford to give up a touchdown here, and EJ Manuel is going to do another read option play. He's going to get out to the left side and get into the end zone. That will make the score 41-14, and that lead is just too big to overcome. The final score of this game will be 41-14, and the Jets had a very rough performance. Our offense could not get anything going, and I don't think we were going to score unless Geno Smith came into that game, and our defense played just absolutely horrendous. But this game does raise a question. We were going to give the starting spot to Michael Vick. I thought that he had locked up that position, but after this game, Geno Smith really shined through. He proved to us that he could perform at a high level up against high-ranked teams, whereas Michael Vick kind of choked in that situation. So the next episode of this series is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be able to see how Geno Smith is going to deal with the new starting spot. Also, after these final game clips, I want to show you guys what Michael Vick's injury is and how long he will be out for. The key player for the Bills in this game was CJ Spiller. He ended the game with well over 120 yards rushing. Your GMC never say never moment of the game was that long run by Fred Jackson. You saw that Michael Vick's injury was diagnosed as a broken hand. He will be out for 2 more weeks. I simulated that game up against the Miami Dolphins. We won that, so we are 8-4. The next episode in this series will be up against the 3-9 Vikings. I'm pretty confident that we're going to be able to win that game. Anyways, I hope you guys had a fun time watching this video. Be sure to have a great day. God bless you guys. Bye.